Well, sand pile's much reduced, but it's still an obstacle to people trying to get in and out. I think someone needs to clarify for these people there's supposed to be a wall across the middle there to make this 2 tanks. That might have been missed in the conversations by the look of it. The scaffolding certainly goes up to astronomical heights. That's even higher than the shed's going to go. If the level's gone down, that'll be due to the fierce evaporation rate. No wonder it's humid. It's warm. It's about 2:50 in the afternoon and the sand pile is much reduced. So people have been hard at work. There's a bit of a break between showers at the moment. It's been sunny today. My batteries on the off-grid system charged up to almost 100%. Yesterday when we went to bed they were about 50%. So I shouldn't be less nervous about the state of charge tonight. The next stage of the walls are going up. You can see they're doing the bricks beside the windows over the far side. It's all good. And rock fill is still going around the side there. I think from what we worked out, the front wall at the back of the porch there is going to be about a bit over 3.6 metres high. So you carry that slope through from about 2.8 metres high there through 3.6 up to the middle, and then the back section is going to be about half a metre higher than that, sloping down towards the back. So fairly tall. But yeah, much sunnier today. With the off-grid system, when the state of charge gets down to 20%, it turns off the power output from the inverter to the house in order to save the remaining battery to run the system itself until it gets power input from somewhere else, either solar panels or generator. So when we went to bed with 50% power last night, it meant we had about 30% available on the batteries. So I took measures to minimise load, got it down to about 450, 500 watts, and that meant that we actually got through to when I got up at 6 with 30% charge left, which at that point I knew was enough that I could go and start turning things back on, because by the time we got down to 20%, well, we wouldn't get down to 20% because there'd be enough solar input to offset the load and then start charging the batteries again, which has come about. Much brighter today than yesterday. Yesterday was very dull, obviously, that it couldn't fully charge the batteries. But yeah, so I get a bit nervous about what I term range anxiety, since that's what they term it with electric cars. But there's going to be a second off-grid system on this building, and behind that water tank there's going to be an auto start diesel backup generator. So if the state of charge at the house goes down to 20%, it'll seek extra input from the off-grid system over here, and if the state of charge here goes down to 20%, it'll start the backup generator. So that shouldn't happen very often, but yeah, it'll alleviate my range anxiety quite a bit to have that backup diesel generator behind a second solar off-grid system. Mind you, not cheap. But, as my father used to say, no point being the richest man in the cemetery. Sometime we're going to redo that corner. I'd take off a wedge of tiles, run a string line from that step between the two layers of tiles there back to the corner of here, and take an angle grinder to it, chip it out. You can see where the compact track loaders run over the tiles there. Even with the rubber tracks, it's hard enough on the surfaces that it broke up those tiles pretty thoroughly. Heavy machine, 4.5 tonnes, in compact size. So I don't think I want to put my steel toe cap rubber boot under the track. You do that with a car, but not with that thing. By my reckoning, those two columns are about 1/2 metre too close together. But it is what it is. It's about 8 o'clock the next morning, and obviously we've had a couple of truckloads of sand turn up, if not more. The previous load's been cleared out of the way. So you have 2 trucks sitting here. So whether they have unloaded or not is a question I don't know the answer to. But, they're all having a rest after delivery apparently. And there's another truck there. So action! Right, YouTube! Yep, here we go. Okay. Well, Chibota tells me that the decision's been made that the rice will stay. So once the rice has been harvested, then we can look at extending the canal down to the creek. That's fine. Bricklaying continues. And the wall in the middle is a bit of an oversight, but it's been rectified now. More rocky fill continues to be moved out to the well, what will become a parking area apparently. So we'll put a concrete top on that septic tank at some stage, but probably they'll wait until after they might want to use it for a well, when they no longer need to do that. It'll get capped. About 5 hours have elapsed, so it's now in the heat of the day, and as you can see the sun is strong enough to evaporate that water pretty quickly. Lots and lots of movement going on of rock and sand, or gravel and sand. Still doing steel work here at the rice factory, making more things to tie bits and pieces together. So we've got the window sides done for 2 of the back windows, 3rd one coming up, and there'll be another ring beam around the top because that's at the 2.5 metre level. And I'll go right round the whole shebang, because the windows are at the same height on both sides, and the top of the doors at the same height as the top of the windows. So that's all part of my design. I'm on my end of day rounds, and I've cleaned up all the gravel and made substantial headway on the sand. Let's see what else has happened down the other end. Well, we have a whole lot of ply in the shed. I wonder what that's about. Formwork maybe for the tank, the roof. I don't know. I guess I'll see when it's put into service. Well, growth continues of the walls. So you can see some formwork's going up there over the top of that window opening. So that's the level the ring beam will go around at next, all the way around. There's progress on the tanks. I've got the middle wall in there now. There's starting to get a bit crowded to this side. I'm not going to like duck walk down here under the scaffolding, too low for me. So those two bits of pipe, PVC pipe there, can you see them? But yeah, those two bits of PVC pipe there, they'll be for between the two sections, between the two tanks. So on the top of that middle wall, they'll go through so that when the front one fills up, it'll start filling the back one. Searching of every single box of stuff, bar one, I found my collection of eye bolts, and there'll be one going in this particular column later to attach the cable running across to the back of the house that we'll sling the power cables from. I've got some 316 stainless steel 7 strand 3.5mm wire rope, which I figure that'll act as a good support. So we've got lots of formwork here, and apparently this is going to be concreted. So yes, we're using lots and lots of concrete yet. Amazing. It's about 9 AM, so the troops have been at it for quite a while already. A lot of sand been moved. I'm sure there'll be more truckloads of sand coming. We have the forms for beams across the top of the window openings. They'll be integrated in with the ring beam that goes around at that level. They're doing the formwork for the shelf above the lock-up cupboards, or cages, whatever you want to call it. And the critical number for that is 190 centimetres to the bottom side, so that I don't bang my head. Well, about 5 hours has passed and the pile is diminishing. There's bound to be more truckloads stowing up soon. And my piece of railway iron's reappeared. So another foundation cage is being built. I wonder what this one's for. Yep, this pile continues to get bigger, just as the other one gets smaller. So the well is going to be turned into a septic tank. Get a top on it finally. So there's the ring beam going along 2.5 metre level to the back wall. Those new trees that Jabita bought are being relocated finally. So that pipe through the central wall between the two tanks is one of several that will go in. I would have thought they would get it off close to the top, but okay. That'll do, not going to argue. That bearing at the end of the mixer shaft is getting even worse. You can see it pouring out of there now. That's why they put a tub underneath it so they can capture that. While I wasn't paying attention, there's been more wall put up around Lisa's back patio. It's good. And over in the distance, it looks like Gadding's placing the trees out to install them along the canal. Last report for the day, and if they keep working late into the night, they might deal with this whole pile. If not, it'll be on tomorrow, and there'll probably be another truckload or two turn up. So we've got the formwork working for the wing beam at 2.5 metres in the back, and the start of it on the front. Well, as forecast, the sand has all been cleaned up, and I think the plants are a hint that they shouldn't dump more stuff there. Very good. Well, it's shortly after 8 in the morning, and last night around midnight, Azra's truck came down here and delivered a whole lot of timber. So yeah, I was working for a while on that. I was watching on CCTV from my bed. But you see they're working on the ring beam stuff up there. Nice big doorway. I wonder what that is over there that they do. Go and have a closer look. This is good. They're doing the necessary caging for this heavy duty shelf over the lock-up cages. The idea of that is that should be able to get a 400 to 600 litre diesel tank so that can move around with pallet forks. And we can put that in the Azra's truck, go and fill it up, then bring it back and use the machine to put it up on this shelf and let gravity feed it into the compact truck loader or Azra's truck as needed. The mesh over there shows what's happening with the top of the septic tank. Not sure what this other bit's about, but oh well. I'm sure I'll find out later, as usual. So work continues at the back of Lizu's house here. So it looks like there's going to be a stairway down from, or a ramp down from the back patio. And those bits of steel sticking up from the corners there kind of indicate that there's going to be posts up. And yes, there's a solid post there on that steel cage we saw being made yesterday. So that's going to be an extension of the roof. And some of the timber was brought over here to facilitate with that. From the water laying around, I kind of get the impression it's rained again overnight. Still got lots of bricks, which is good. The tank is coming along, almost up to roof level. It's all good. But my internet works better in the mornings when I've still got quota left, because I've got recurring quotas that expire each day. So I shall add this to the current video and edit it down and start the upload.